Vermont Sun and Shade. I hope I'm on the right channel today. I went on earlier and I did a whole video introducing you to the Finches when they had just gotten here. But I will put the link in this video because it is on another station now, because I do feel like they're a really big inspiration to artists. But welcome to Vermont Sun and Shade. Yeah, jump on board. It's totally free. I have to tell you, I'm doing a little experiment by going live here. I have the Finches. I went through all the information about the Finches. So I got societal Finches. Now, because they're brand new to the house, I'm trying to keep them in a little bit of a quiet part over here, but a little not too far from me. And I'm bringing them over little pieces of fruit, little apple, which they're eating that like crazy right now. And we'll get them on film, on video, when they've acclimated and they're calm and, they don't feel nervous, but they're really still very nervous, but they are eating, which is great. Now, I have to tell you, I read a little bit of the history of these birds, and I had not a clue that they were from Japan and were domesticated over in China. So they have in them the centuries of the culture of the Asian culture. So I have to tell you what, I learned that as I was reading it in this other video, just learning about the societal Finches. And so I decided to try to find a name for them that's Japanese, because they originate from Japan. So listen carefully if they can come through. They just chirped a little bit when I said Japan. If this is my imagination, I don't know. I started to say the Japanese names out loud just to see how they sound and see if I can, because I want to name these birds. And then I'm going to read something too super important. So listen how the birds respond to me reading Japanese names. So they're across the room right now. Hopefully you can hear them. So this, and I'll tell you what the names mean. So I was going through the names like this. Some of them I can't say really well. So they were really super quiet until I started reading the Japanese names. Sakura, which means cherry blossom. Sora, which means sky. Hana, which means flower. Ren, which hear them? Which means lotus flower. Koya, and I would go koyo, autumn foliage. This is one I kept saying. This one right here is the one they responded to big time. Yuki means snow. Aki means autumn. Kai means ocean. Midori means green. So, but as I'm reading these, the birds start like chirping. So they're not doing it now. Maybe because I'm talking too loud. Because I was talking to myself. I was going, Momo, peach. These are Japanese words. Kiko. That sounds like a pretty name. Kiko means joyful child. Fuku, lucky. Kasaki means miracle. I don't know if you can hear them. Hi, Nellie. Hi, Nicole, and Jolly Nation. Hi. So I'm doing an experiment, because as I was reading through these is when my new Finches I just got hours ago, they've been really quiet. I started to read these and they started to respond. So my inherent thought is they somehow are comfortable with the sound of Japanese. Hakaya, Hakara, Haikari means light. Akiro means, I don't know if I'm saying these right, means bright boy. Akira, bright clear. These were the two names that I, Akiro and Akira. And then there's Sinju. They're talking the whole time right now. You probably can't hear because they're across the room. But this is what got them going, were these Japanese words. Mii means beautiful, if I say that right. Yumi, that also means beautiful. Yumi. Kiki, that used to be my cat's name. Kiki actually means perky finch. So I was also thinking the female could be called Yumi because it means beautiful, and the male could be Kiki. And then there's Moki, and Rin means cute, and I'm not sure Moki. I didn't do the interpretation. I think it's like pasta or something like that. Kinji means intelligent ruler. Yoshi means good and right. Zuki means sweet red bean. These are the funny ones that I was writing down. Mikan means orange. Yumi means plum blossom. And cocoa means cocoa. So you can hear them, but okay, so I looked up if it was possible that these finches were actually sent from Japan, because until I started saying, they got really comfortable really fast when they started hearing Yumi, Kiki, Kiko, Yuki, and they started to respond. So anyway, this is what I'm reading. Listen to this. If your finches, I couldn't not make this up, are responding to Japanese language, it's likely due to their sensitivity to the pitch, the rhythm, and the unique sound patterns. Okay, people, birds are so smart. They are so unbelievable. So they respond to this of the human speech, not because they understand the words. Finches, particularly Bengalese, which these are Bengalese finches, also known as the societal finch, have been the subject of several prominent studies by Japanese scientists exploring avian vocal learning and grammar. This research has shown that finches are excellent at processing complex auditory information. This gets me I'm so interested in this, I can't even explain it. That are excellent at processing complex auditory information and can even distinguish between different grammatical structures in their own species songs. Hear them starting? Why finches react to Japanese language? I thought I was like imagining this. This study says that this is a fact, that finches respond to Japanese language. Mind you, they are originally from Japan. There's no way I could have known that. I do the Japanese method of Boro Sashiko art. That's what my main channel is all about. So the fact that I got Japanese birds, I am so psyched right now, I can't even tell you. Sensitivity to prosodic features. Studies have shown that zebra finches are highly sensitive to prosodic features of human speech, which include pitch, amplitude, which is the volume, and duration. I've got to work on my volume because I come from a family of all loud people, and it's still with me. Sometimes I'll start talking really loud. I got to really try to work on that. These birds will help me with that. The rhythm and tone of Japanese may simply be acoustically appealing and interesting to them. I am so impressed right now. I can't even explain it. Any birder out there, if you love birds, this has got to be super interesting to you. I noticed it, and here it is right here, like a whole article. I'm like, it was so, what do you want to call it? It was profound. It's like I'm sitting here and I'm reading these Japanese Yuki, Aki, Kai, Midori. I'm reading these names, trying to figure out what to name them, and they all of a sudden start piping up. So, um, pattern recognition. Finches are, I'm going to have to learn Japanese. I'm not kidding you either. For these birds, I will learn Japanese. I really want to test out some of their, to do a study on that too. To this, a pattern recognition. Finches are adept at recognizing and remembering patterns in sounds. Research has confirmed they can distinguish between different sound structures, such as an XYXY sequence versus, listen to this, an XXYY sequence. Some humans have problems with that. I'm telling you right now, I know that for a fact. I studied psychology. We would do those little tests. And if they got a little complex, people were having, yeah, okay, wait a minute. So if you play Japanese speech regularly, your finches may recognize it as a familiar and safe pattern. So I'm just going to learn to speak it as much as I can. Acoustic novelty. The sounds of language different from what the birds are used to could be a novel stimulus that catches their attention. In experiments, finches have shown they can discriminate against new or, get this, ungrammatical sounds. Ungrammatical. Okay, so in other words, they can learn the language of, let's say, a crow or a blue jay, other sounds, or the musical notes. Okay, not grammatical, just sounds, patterns of these sounds. They can learn that. It's a teeny tiny little bird. Association with human interaction. If the finches hear Japanese, let's see if they give us any reaction. Reaction on here because Kisaki, Haru, Chibi, Akira. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're responding to this. I just love it. I love it. So studies in finches and language. A famous study conducted by researchers at the University of Kyoto in Japan showed that Bengalese finches use their own form of grammar or syntax to process sequences of syllables in their songs. The birds responded differently to correctly ordered songs versus jumbled up, ungrammatical versions, demonstrating that the sequence of the sound matters to them. That is amazing. So there's one more little paragraph I'd love to read to you. Cross-fostering experiments. Researchers at the Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology performed experiments with the zebra finches were raised by Bengalese finch foster parents. The birds that I got that you and I know as societal or society finches, the real name is Bengalese finches from Japan. These finches, as Bengalese finches, are known to be foster parents to other baby finches. This is what they're known for. Yeah, that's amazing. So that's what I was saying here. They found that while the juvenile zebra finches learned some of the foster parents' syllables, they retained their pattern for the silent gaps between the syllables. Can you imagine the studying it took for these scientists to figure this out? This shows that finches can learn certain aspects of sound but have a fundamental biological determined structure for their language. This is exactly what I wanted to say. It's in their DNA. I wanted to say, do they have DNA? It's in their DNA. They are responding to Japanese words. I mean, what? Yumi? Yumi? Kiki? they're Kinji? Yoshi? So, I mean, I'm just saying, like I said, the only reason I don't have them on the camera right now is because they are brand new into the house. They need time to rest. You know, I need to just, when I walk by them, I need to speak. And this is what I was supposed to speak Japanese. They're calling me from the other side of the room. I just seriously cannot believe it. Anyway, I am taken away. I never thought I would want to learn, like, you know, Japanese, I think it's difficult to learn, but I'm going to try. If I can pronounce little words like this. And so anyway, the name of the birds, I think I'm going, here, you tell me, because these are the words that I think, a few names. For the female, I'm thinking these combos. For the female, Yumi goes to, and then I'm thinking of chibi, for, which means tiny. It means tiny, for like the female, and then Kiko for the male. I gotta circle that one. Kiko. Okay, so that combo I was thinking Kiko and Chibi, and then I was thinking, which I think this is a really cute combo for the female. For the female, Akira. It's kind of hard for me to say that. I want to roll the R. Akira, Akira, Akira. For me, that feels good. But you know, my first language, I grew up in an Italian household. They were speaking Italian to me. So yes, I spoke English, but I never spoke it right. I swear. Anyway, I tried. But Akira, and or for the, that means bright and clear. And for the boy, for the male, Akiro, Akiro. I don't know if that's how you say it. It's probably not how you say it in Japanese, but I think Akiro. Okay, so those were a couple of combos, and then in the first words I was looking at, I mean, these are just gorgeous. I was thinking, listen, it's fall. I just got them. So the autumn foliage, for the boy could be koyo. That's how you say it. Koyo in Japanese, koyo. And they do have inflections. Different languages do. Italian does too. All these languages, and even English, we all have different inflections, if that's the correct word, or intonations, and how we speak. But I was thinking that koyo, autumn foliage, and then yuki. See, they're responding. I don't know if you can hear. Yuki, that means snow. So look, it's an absolute fact. We just read it, that these finches were responding to me speaking Japanese because they noticed the difference in the intonation, and it was very interesting to them. Plus, they originate from Japan. There's got to be some kind of DNA memory bank going on there, in my opinion. What I suspected, the reason I looked it up, I'm like, I know there have been no finches available around here. So I thought they were ordered maybe from Japan. That's what I thought. Maybe they just came all the way. Can you imagine? So I'm glad that's not the case, because these poor little birds would be totally exhausted. But I thought maybe that was the case, that somebody ordered these birds from Japan, which is why they would be so adapt to hearing this language. So anyway, I find that just another fascinating fact about our beautiful avian creatures, and especially about our society birds. So these are male and female. I am diligently taking care of them. Apparently they're a pair. They could be, a mating pair. And so if they are, that would be wonderful. My doves that I used to have, they had many, many, many doves. Many doves. And so we'll see. We'll see if we get some little baby society finches. It would not happen for a good number of months, though. Close to a year. It's gonna be a long time. So anyway, I don't know. I'd like to name the female Sakura, Sakura, but Japanese is probably Sakura. I have to probably learn this. So the R's in any language I have a difficulty with. But that means cherry blossom. So I really, really like that. Sora means sky. And Kai means ocean. So I could go with a key, autumn, and Kai, ocean. So anyway, let me know what you think for the names. And I want to give them the Japanese names. Because I love everything Japanese. And I just do. The arts and culture, the language, the fashion, just, yeah. So anyway, with that, I just thought I'd jump on here and share that absolutely fascinating piece of information that I got. So with that, you have an absolutely beautiful day, and I will get my little finches on here, and especially when I decide for sure on a name, and I will share that with you. It might be Yumi and Kiki. Yumi and Kiki. I like Yoshi though too. Yoshi means good and right. It does. It means good and righteous. So, and another pretty one is Shinju. Shinju. That's pearl. The reason why that's pretty is because guess what? These society finches, like you can't see them right now. They are like a beige, brown, red, and they're going to be turning to kind of like a white. They're going to be having lots of white speckles. So Sinju might be a really pretty name for the female, Pearl. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful day. And if you have finches in Vermont, we're going to kind of go over the temperature you want to keep it is between 68 and 80, 83, something like that. But you do want to keep them nice and warm. So I kind of have a little setup already here. And I used to have finches, so I know a wool blanket, a couple blankets on top of them for the winter. Seriously, I kid you not. In Vermont, that's what you want. You do not want any drafts on these birds. And plus you want to get like the dried grass and everything so they can keep nice and warm in there. Okay, so with that, you have an absolutely beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Love and light.